गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We are in Jnaneshwari Bhavartha Deepika, chapter 18, verse 35. And we are looking at Dhruti. Dhruti is the steadiness of purpose to walk the path. Whatever the intellect has become convinced of, to follow that. And we saw the Sattvic Dhruti, we saw the Tamasic, Rajasic, and now we come to the तामसिक. यया स्वप्नं भयं शोकं विषादं मदमेव च न विमुञ्चति दुर्मेधा धृति सा पार्थ तामसी. That by which a dull-witted person does not forego sleep, fear and grief, as also despair and delusion, that steadiness, O Partha, arises from tamas quality. And I think I explained this last week. Let's continue with the OVs of Jnaneshwar Maharaj. Tari sarva dharme gune jaya चे का रूपा येणे कोळसा काळेपणे घडला जैसा अहो प्राकृत आणि हीनू तया ही की गुणत्वाचा मानू तरी न म्हणिजे पुण्यजनू राक्षसू काई. He says this tamasic steadiness is made up of all heinous qualities, as coal is formed of a black substance. When they call such a mean and base thing as quality, why then call such a mean and base thing as a quality? But do we not describe a demon as meritorious person, punyajana? Such a tamasic person, he walks with steady. When the sun goes down, he walks to the pub, he walks to the wrong places, the gambling dens, the Vaishyaghara. See, all these are tamasic. All that which one steadily pursues, all those who have a habit of when the sun goes down, we need to have our spirituality begins, the liquid spirituality. All this is this tamasic dhriti. It's a steadiness. Every day we have to have some liquid spirituality. अरे उसकी जगह पे every day go take a shower, light a lamp, chant one chapter of Bhagavad Gita, or do some take the japamala in your hand and chant one mala of Bhagwan's Lord's name. It will take you places. But no, this is the bent of the mind. पैग्रहा माझी इंगळू तया ते म्हणिजे मंगळू तैसा तमी घसाळू गुणशब्दुहा. जे सर्व दोषांचा वसवटा तमची कामऊनी सुभटा उभारला अंगवठा जया नराचा. तो आळसू सूनी असे कांखे म्हणूनी निद्रे कहीन मुखे पापे पोषिता दुःखे न सांडिजे जेवी आणि देहधनाची या आवडी सदा भयतया ते न सांडी विसंबू न सके धोंडी काठिण्य जैसे आणि पदार्थ जाती स्नेहो बांधे म्हणवनी तो शोके ठावो केला न शके पाप जावो कृतज्ञवनी जैसे. See here when he says why then call such a mean and base thing as a quality, why call darkness as a quality? Just like even asuras, Vritrasur, Ravana, they were great devotees. So Ravana was a great devotee, so he has a quality of a devotee, no? But what is his bent of mind? His bent of mind is tamasic. Well, he was not tamasic, he was more rajasic. And why? And yes, tamasic also. Why? Because he was body identified. He wanted to become immortal with body. And that is not possible in this creation. For some time you can fool the Lord, but not forever. Now he continues, we also call the planet Mars, which burns like a live coal, as auspicious. The word for Mars is Mangala Graha. Mangala means auspicious. Even though it is red in color, burning like coal, yet it is called auspicious. So the word quality is employed in respect of the tamas quality without much thought. तो ज़्यादा सोचा वोचा नहीं है, जो दिख रहा है उसके हिसाब से बोल दिया. It has a close relation with sloth. Sloth is laziness. Sloth is it has a close relation with sloth, and sleep does not leave a tamasic person. Such a person, he is what? Nidra Shiromani. Alasya Shiromani. Alasya Shiromani means usko subah ut, when we wake, if someone, you wake up in the morning, I gave this example last week, he will turn his head on the other side and he will say, when the sun rises from the other side, then I will wake up. It's never going to happen. He's so addicted to sleep. We must get up early in the morning before the sunrise. फिर देखो कैसा, how wonderful your day goes. But we begin the day with slumber. We begin the day with laziness. We begin the day with daydreaming. Continuing to roll in the bed, left, right, this way, not wanting to get up. We want breakfast in bed and then we'll go and brush the teeth. It's pathetic. It has a close relationship with sloth, and sleep does not leave a tamasic person, as misery does not desert a person who nurtures sin. Just as a stone does not lose its hardness, so fear does not leave him. See? So beware, catch these. Are we inadvertently, meaning by default, moving in this direction? Are we having certain habits like these where we are addicted? We have become so stone-like. We don't have emotions. We are lazy, procrastinating, sleepy, uninspired about anything in life. We don't want to work in life. Why? नहीं, अब तो हो गया यार, अब तो बुढ़े हो गए. Many people after retirement become useless. They have a big problem at home. Why? This is the reason. Either they want all the attention, continuously wanting to eat this, eat that, make this, make the chai 10 times, 20 times in a day, tea or pakoda or there, yeah. And when that is not enough, when they get tired troubling the partner, then go to sleep and keep sleeping. Just as a stone does not lose its hardness, these tamasic people, they have a heart of a stone. They don't get troubled. They don't get moved by other people's pain. They don't get moved by other people's sufferings. See? So fear does not leave him as he is attached to the body and wealth. Huh? Such a person, see what are the things? Yaya swapnam bhayam shokam vishadam madamevacha. So swapnam was dream, bhayam, now we are looking at bhayam. Bhayam is fear. These are the phobias. Instead of working in our life, what is growth? Growth is whatever shortcomings are there within us, we overcome them. But many people, and this has happened in front of me, many people proudly declare, "Re Baba, I cannot handle cockroach. I cannot handle, even look at a spider. I don't know, something happens inside of me." What happens, yaar? Agar for some reason, for some experience in your childhood or sometime in your life, you have become thought fixated in that way, the fear has entered, you are a growing person. You have infinite potentiality, capability. And you want to realize, you are a seeker and you want to realize. How can a seeker allow any sort of fear to make home in his mind and heart? Not possible. Then forget about spirituality. In chapter 13, I think, Abhayam. Abhayam Sattva Sanshuddhim. We have to become fearless. How? We will tell you. Next verse will tell us how we come out of all this. First is, instead of being steady on your fears, instead of being obsessed by your imaginations, be obsessed with something positive. If at all you want to have a positive bent of mind, a steady mind, instead of making it steady on tamasic deliberations, make it positive on the positive, like we read yesterday, saw it last class. By practicing yoga and pranayam and pratyahar, those are the exercises by which we overcome the fear. Lesser the thoughts in the mind, calmer the mind. We are not talking about witnessing here. Calmer the mind, less will be the fear experienced by the mind. Keep that rule and work towards it. So for such a person, fear does not leave him as he is attached to the body and wealth. Our problem is a person, we don't want to get old, we don't want our hair to become white, we don't want to have wrinkles on our skin, we want to be eternally youthful. Now, as long as we have a body, that is not going to be possible. But wishing this, that it should not happen to me. Now, when you wish something impossible and steadily, again, dhruti means You are steadily imagining that you are going to remain young forever and ever and ever and ever. Even though all data around you shows that that is not possible. All this is because I am this body and I want to remain healthy and young and spirited, and that is not going to be possible. Then fear sets in. Fear is only because, understand, fear is only because of the identification with this body. Then you can give the fear all different names. Fear from snake, fear from spider, or because it's going to come. I don't like the feeling of the snake writhing on my skin. I don't like the walking of the spider on my ear. Huh? And we imagine this again and again and again and again and create a thought fixation about it. It's only because of the body, because we don't want to lose this body. Therefore the fear. There's no fear of losing the soul. There's no fear of losing the Atma. There is fear of losing this body. Because we have somewhere in our mind, we have made a connection that I am the body. And with that begins all the miseries of what begins after that? Shoka and Vishad. Body identification, Deha Adhyas, leads to Shoka and Vishad. Shoka, suffering. Vishada, crisis in life. If our relative dies, crisis. Why? I decided I am this body. With respect to this body, this is my relation. That relation, my father has passed, my mother has passed, my brother, sister, uncle, auntie. Oh, my relationship. Vishad. A person was in India and he was told, someone came and told, I just got a call and they said that Vishal has passed away in an accident. The father, he made the statement, and in the news it came, and that in America something like this happened. The father said, "Arey Vishal is my son. That is my son." Immediately he called. No answer from the other side. Rona dhona shuru, crying. Then after some time they said something else. No, that Vishal was in some other city. He was not in New York, he was in California somewhere. Okay, that is not my son. My son lives in New York, not in California. It must be someone else. Then fear went away, crying went away. Next day again the news came. What was the news? It was the same Vishal who had travelled from New York to California and then met with an accident and died. Now for one day that father was happy. Okay, it is not my son, he is in New York. For whatever reason he is not able to get in touch with, I am not able to get in touch, but he is not in California. But next day when he came to know that there was one boy who travelled from New York to California and then passed away, again problem, crying. All this is because of what? Because I am this body, I am the father of that body. Do some grace yourself, help yourself by coming out of this. Instead of making your mind steady on, our Swamiji keeps saying, what is that? Wet garbage and dry garbage. Dry garbage is the possessions of the world. Wet garbage is the emotional garbage, and that is with the relations. Both the garbage have to be thrown out, and both the garbages are because of the body. सूखा कचरा, गीला कचरा. Dry garbage, wet garbage. And both of them begin because of the body identification. Body is tamasic. Body is inert. So don't focus on it. Think of something higher. And my friends, you know how to think of something higher. Don't you think of sleep and give up body identification every night? Why you make it a problem for you to think of the Lord and imagine in your mind, oh, now Kundalini is rising, now this must happen, must that must happen, I'm seeing lights, I'm hearing music, why something is not happening? Does something happen when you go to sleep? Nothing happens. You are absent, that's all. No thoughts, no body, no memories, no dreams, no relationships, no disease, no possessions, nothing, no experience whatsoever when you are sleeping. Same thing is on the spiritual path also. Focus on the higher, focus on the Atman, focus on the Lord. It is only our imagination. Here what did it say? Swapnam. Swapnam is imagination. It is only our imagination that I am not divine. I am separate from the Lord. I am not the Atma. I want to be the Atma. Arey, बेवकूफ है क्या? Are you stupid? You want to be Atma. You are already Atma. You are already Atma. So stop this. But how can a tamasic person understand this? That he is already Atma. So take the name of the Lord. Focus. Be steady on something higher. It doesn't take long. As sin never deserts an ungrateful person, grief dwells in him because of his attachment in worldly things. This is shoka. Shoka is grief. Grief and misery. Just as papa, sin doesn't leave the ungrateful person. Any person, whether ungrateful, kama, krodha, lobha, moda, mada, matsarya, such a person is continuously, the sin will not leave, pap will not leave him. Just like a baniya, baniya is a business person. His attention is only on how to make the money double. And I come across people like that. They got everything in life, but they are so focused. Steadiness is focus. They are so focused. They don't drink. They don't. They are not interested in good clothes, They don't want the niceties of life. They don't want to travel or see the world. Their focus is only one. Every day they'll check their account. How much money is there? How much money has increased in my investments every day? Where can I put my money again? One person I know, every morning he gets up 8 o'clock, before 8 o'clock, puts his computer and he plays on the shares only. Whole day. Till he is reminded, Arey Baba, you have not eaten. You haven't had a coffee. Arey Buddhu, you have not even taken a shower and brushed your teeth. Go. He is so focused, such people are so focused on the unnecessary. It is a focus. That's why they forget about food, they forget about sleep, they forget about socializing. They are only focused on one thing. What is that? How my money is multiplying. उसमें उसको चस्का लगता है, चस्का. They find joy in that. That is tamasic joy. That will come next week, next few verses. We are talking about joy, but here the tamasic, his mind is steadily focused, acting upon, working upon the pursuit of the worldly things, and in that he will forget about everything else. And you must have seen that also. Sometimes we have been like that. 756th verse. आणि असंतोष जीवेसी धरुनी ठेला अहर्निशी म्हणूनी मैत्री तेणेसी विषादे केली लसणाते न सांडी गंधी का अपथ्य शीळाते व्याधी तैसी केली मरणावधी विषादे तया आणि वयसा वित्तकामू ययांचा वाढवी संभ्रमू म्हणूनी मध्ये आश्रमू तोची केला आगीते न सांडी तापू सळाते जातीचा सापू का जगाचा वैरी वासिपू अखंडू जैसा ना तरी शरीराते काळू न विसंभे कवणे क्वेळू तैसा आथी अढळू तामसी मधू. He says, as he harbors discontent in the heart day and night, melancholy is his constant companion. They are complaint boxes. They are not happy with anything. If the weather is, if it is sunny, it's too hot. If it's raining, why is it raining today? I had made other plans. If there is a rainbow, I saw this rainbow last time, उसको भी देख के रोना है. अरे यार, कभी तो खुश हो जाओ किसी वजह से. और everything. Why? अंदर से discontentment है. He is unsettled from within. Unsettled mind, only two reasons. What is that? Attachment. Attachment to the body, which expresses as attachment to relations and possessions. सूखा कचरा, गीला कचरा. Dry garbage, wet garbage. And nobody in this world can ever be correct in such person's eyes, because his mapadand, from his understanding, nobody is perfect, and therefore continuously kir, always what you call a frown on his face, no smile, discontent, complaining attitude. As he harbors discontent in the heart day and night, melancholy is his constant companion. When a person is a complaint box day in and day out, he finds discontentment in whatever life is throwing at him. He can't see anything positive in it. Eventually, he becomes Vishad. Arjuna Vishada Yogo Nama. The first chapter of Bhagavad Gita was entitled, or titled, not entitled, titled Vishada Yogo Nama. Yoga of despondency. Yoga of identity crisis. Yoga of breakup of personality. And such a complaint box who is not happy, or who can't see happy moments in anything that life is throwing at him, such a person eventually gets into crisis. Before crisis, depression. Depression will lead to crisis. That crisis of totally losing the plot may lead the person to suicide. This is, you must have heard this, in old age people become senile. What is that senility? It is this discontentment in the heart. All those people who are critics, you see all the news, he is a critic, he is a critical journalist. He will also get to that same point because he has never seen positive in life. He's always been critical of everything that is going on. He will take the other end. Even in the positive, he will be critical of the positive. What if it was like this? What if it was like that? Like today, COVID is going on, and people are getting the jabs, but there are certain people, they are critical of it. No, this is an experiment, they are doing experiment on us. I think there is some race from outside the earth which are doing this experiment. There are only few people who are running the pharmaceutical companies, they blah blah blah. And I know one person like this. You can't argue with them. They are so convinced of their own imagination. Who knows what is truth and not? Go with the flow, it's only the body. If it goes, it goes. Who cares, yaar? Is our focus of life COVID? Or is our focus of life the Paramatma, the Brahman? Where is our focus? Same way, many people, we only take Ayurveda, we only take homeopathy, we don't take allopathy. Arey yaar, point is, your body must be healthy. Whatever the symptoms are there, whatever the problem is there, put it at rest so that you can focus on something higher. But we choose to forget the higher and focus on the lower, that how bad the Western medicine is and how good the homeopathic or Ayurveda is. And therefore I must find and you will spend months and years trying to experiment with this one and that one. One tablet from there would have settled the whole thing. And then slowly explore the other possibilities. Idea is to keep our mind calm. Vishad comes because of body identification. Identification with the tamas. Dhruti is dharana. Dharana means focus. The ability to stay with continuously. And what are we staying with? With inert. That will lead to bhaya, shoka, eventually vishada, eventually death. Melancholy is his constant companion. Example taken: foul smell never leaves garlic, or disease never leaves a patient who does not follow the prescribed diet. So despondency does not desert him till death. Such a person, till the death, he is melancholic, he is besotted with vishad, with crisis. And we have attended enough. I have come across few people who have passed away. Either they are like vegetable, they are not, they are under the drugs, and some of them who are there, they are continuously complaining. They want to eat something towards the end of the life. Your tongue wants all that which is whatever is dear to it, or they have regrets of the past. They say, oh, I could not meet that person, can you call that person, can you make me talk to that person. Still regrets are there. That regret leads to grief. That grief leads to crisis, that I am going to die without resolving my regrets. I wanted to be a millionaire and I am dying. Oh my God, I could not. How will I do it? Now I am dying. What will happen to the money that I have already saved and nobody knows about it? I didn't write a will. अरे गया काम से. राम नाम सत्य है. There was one saint by the name of Balu Mama. He was on the border of Maharashtra and Karnataka. There's a serial going on. So today's serial, the part was, the father is about to die, and this Balu Mama, he has brought his father from his home to his, he's a wayfarer. He takes his goats and sheep and he keeps roaming around the earth. Earth means the land, wherever there is food. He doesn't want, the father forcefully made him get married to his cousin, and she didn't, and he is a god man, he is the Lord Shiva himself, and she doesn't have faith, she doesn't respect, she is not, always fighting with him. He says, I don't have to do anything with you. He went away from that village. He says, I will never put my foot on this village again. Now father is dying, and from childhood, from the time he was born, he had these special powers which he also as a child did not know. Slowly, as he matured, the understanding about it matured within him. And therefore, he was a misunderstood child. And the mother always felt that he is special. The father always thought that he is a curse to the family, that he is brought so much problem to us, that whole life we have been only focusing on him and not on others. And now he is living in the tent with his son, and he says, Dad, what is wrong? Everyone says, at least now resolve it with your son, now that you are in his camp. So he says, okay, you all go, I'll talk to my son, Balu Mama. He says, throughout your life you have given me trouble. He says, you still think that I have given you trouble? He says, yes, first your mother was suffering, now I am suffering, still suffering. He says, you did not come. She loved you so much, and when she died, you never came. He says, I was there. You didn't see me, that's your problem, not mine. Mahatmas don't have to go in physical person. He was there. The mother hugged him and went with peace. And the father used to sometimes sarcastically say, "Are you God?" So when you don't believe it, how can you? The whole hundreds, thousands of people are there who consider him a living God. But the father thinks he is just my son who has lost his way. He's on an ego trip. He's on an ego trip. And now, in today's thing, then he sees the glory of his son. How many thousands of people come, they are falling at his feet, rich, poor, old, young, married, unmarried, from far and wide, and there is a bhandara and there is all this sankirtan going on, and all these great singers have come, they are falling at his feet, and people are talking about how Balu Mama has graced them in their life, and he is sitting in the tent and only listening. And when all this is over, he says, the son goes, Balu Mama goes to his father. He says, "I never recognized. Unnecessarily, I was having a dislike towards you throughout life. I thought you were the problem. The fact is, I am the problem." The father accepts it in his last moments. Because this disturbance, this grief that he has towards his son, the son tells him that now it's time for you, soon you will be gone, resolve it before you go. And then this whole program happens of singing and Sankirtan, and then the father calls him. He says, "I have been at wrong. I thought you are made from my blood and flesh, but I see that you are much more than what I thought you are." He says, "Before I go, can you do me one favor?" What? He says, "I want to do namaskar at your feet. I want to bow down at your feet." The father is telling the son. At last, the veil over his eyes has moved away. That veil is this tamas, body identification. That veil has been removed, and now there is no hesitation in his heart. Absolutely no hesitation. And therefore he says, "Can you give me one boon?" He says, "What?" He says, "Allow me to prostrate to your feet." The father is telling the son. Son will not allow, that is a different matter. But the feeling throughout life, the father has had a wrong angle of approach towards Balu Mama. And now, one moment before death, he has resolved it. And it only got resolved because Balu Mama forcefully brings him to his camp. Now it's a rare event. Why I gave you this whole story of this Balu Mama? That even though a person's son is a great saint, sometimes parents don't recognize that their son is so great, because they are identified with the body. See, that is tamas. We must be committed to the higher. So here he says, just like foul smell never leaves garlic or disease never leaves a patient who does not follow the prescribed diet, so despondency does not desert him till death. So what is the prescribed diet? Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. Satsangatve Nisangatvam, Nisangatve Nirmohatvam, Nirmohatve Jeev Nishchalatatvam, Nishchalatatve Jivan Muktihi, Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam Bhaj Mudamate. Satsangatve Nisangatvam. You get attached to satsang, all unwanted pursuits, whatever negative, tamasic, rajasic that you are attached to, automatically it will start dropping you. Yes, it will drop you. You don't have to drop it, it will drop you. You only focus on satsang. You only focus on taking the name of the Lord, listening to satsangs. Whole day your mind should be absorbed in thinking of the Lord, in reflecting, in contemplating, in listening, in chanting. That is the prescribed diet. If you don't follow, you are a diabetic patient and you keep eating the sugar, it's never going to solve. If you are attached to body and you don't practice Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam or some other or Nama Jap, how you are going to come out of it? Just by wishing it is not going to happen. As his infatuation for youth, wealth and desire increases, arrogance makes its home in his heart. The arrogance of youth is they become reckless. Haven't we been all? Huh? When the wealth comes, we become reckless. Our desires increase. We think we are invincible, that nobody is watching, and I have the money, I got the falus, I got the spending power. I can go and do whatever I want. Nobody has to know. And we get into wrong things, gambling, prostitution, etc., etc. This is the tamasic way. Alcohol, and the more you do that, the more you become addicted to it. Whatever you do few times, you will get addicted to it. You think of a spider few times, your fear will keep increasing. If you do sadhana, satsangatva and nisangatvam, you do it few times, that will start increasing. Choice is, we have to exercise that choice. So if dhruti, this is the tamasic dhruti, if we have to be focused on something, let's be focused on something sattvic. If that is too much, at least rajasic, not tamasic. Arrogance makes its home in his heart, just as fire does not shed its heat, or the snake his spite. Fear, which is the foe of all, dwells in him incessantly. Such a person doesn't want to give up his youthfulness. One person I know many years ago, I don't know where that person is there or not there, I don't know. And she used to have bob cut. She was in 70s that time, 15 years, 20 years ago. And one young kid came and told her, Ajji, Ajji, in Marathi. And she says, hey, don't call me Ajji, call me Maushi. Maushi means mother's sister. Why? The feeling that I am still young. Colored her hair, bob cut, walk tip top, lipstick, even 70s. Nothing wrong with that, but vanity. If you are old, you are old. Age gracefully. Makes its home in his or her heart. Just as fire does not shed its heat or snake his spite, fear, which is the foe of all, dwells in him incessantly. The fear of losing the youth, the fear of losing the wealth, the fear of losing the friends and social circle, the fear of losing the memory. What are we doing in our life? Does this thought ever come to you? When we hear about dementia and Alzheimer's, if the thought is going in our mind, oh, I don't want to go in that, means fear. If that fear has entered, it will. One time you forget someone's phone number or you forget something, where did I keep my cup? And you will feel that, is dementia taking hold of me? Why am I forgetting? And then next time again it happens, I think it is becoming a problem. Third time it happens, you go to a doctor. अरे बेवकूफ, अच्छा है यार, जा रहा है. It's only happening because you are thinking about it. You don't complain in deep sleep when nothing is remembered. Why you don't complain anything that I am demented, I have dementia, I forgot everything in the dream, in the sleep. When you wake up, you forget the whole dream. Your wife, your children, your wealth, your body, everything you forget. Nay, it was only a dream. But in the waking, we want to hold on to this and create a non existing problem into a real one. Stop insisting. Stop this duragraha. Oh, where are we? Just as the god of death does not forget the body, so arrogance has a fixed abode in him. Nicely is put. Just as the god of death does not forget the body, he knows everything that has come into creation one day has to go out of creation. And what is that? Who takes it away? The god of death. He is waiting. अरे इसका टाइम आ गया. You may be thinking, मैं तो अभी जवान हूँ. I am still young. I got still so many years to do this, I have to do that. But he knows when your time has come. And he will be waiting. हाँ भाई चलो मेरे साथ. No, one more day, one more year. No, forget it now. So he is always, the Lord of Death does not forget to take the body away. And if you are attached to the body, you will become miserable. You will have to face the crisis. So before death comes, develop yourself in such a way to come to this conclusion, to come to abide in the divinity. And what does it mean to be in divinity? To be one with the divinity? I am not the body. What does it mean I am not the body? I have got nothing to do with the relations and I have nothing to do with the possessions. Only two things. Just like you have got nothing to do with the possessions and relations in the dream, you forget it. Bring that disposition in the waking state. Then you are growing healthily. Otherwise, तामसिक धृति will हमारा कुचुम्बर बना के, it will make a chutney out of our mind and make us suffer. Continuing. एवं पाच ही हे निद्रादिक तामसाच्या ठाई दोख जिया धृती देख धरिले आहाती ती एका धृती नावे तामसी येथ हे अजाणावे म्हणितले तेणे देवे जगाचेनी. Till here the topic concludes. He says, so know the steadiness which is sustained by 5 flaws, that is sloth, sleep, fear, despondency and arrogance. That is steadiness of tamas quality. So said Sri Krishna, the Lord of the world. What are these? Lust, sleep, fear, despondency and arrogance. In other words, हाँ ठीक है, ये 5 ठीक है. So these lead to the breakup of personality. And breakup of personality, you listen to the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. All the symptoms are there. What is breakup of personality? Which Arjuna went through. It's not only Arjuna, everyone goes through that. And this rehabilitation, it is not the spirit which is going through the despondency or identity crisis. It is the mind which is going through that. But are you the mind? That is the question. So if you are not the mind, then put the mind in the right direction. See? Mind is at any given time. Mind is made up of sattva, rajas, tamas. Just like every day or one day, every day is coming. Every day is made up of sattva, rajas, tamas. Early in the morning is sattva, early afternoon is rajas, late afternoon is evening is tamas. Every day it comes. Now you know it is every day, so now you interact with it in such a way that it serves you rather than you become identified with it. Just like fire burns, you know it burns. Now you interact with it in such a way that it serves you rather than you get destroyed by the fire. Follow the rules. Same way, follow the rules of sattva, rajas, tamas. That don't pursue tamas and rajas. Pursue the sattva. If you want a peace of mind, if you want a happiness for no reason to express through the mind, then you have to think of something higher. First you have to be convinced of that I must pursue the higher, and after that, dhruti, that you become focused on it, you pursue it, you walk that path. Abhyasena tu kaunteya. Practice again and again. That will come in our next verse. We will see. Here he continues. Surya. Where are we? Evam trividhase buddhi कीजे कर्म निश्चयो आधि तो धृतिया सिद्धि नहीं जो येथ सूर्य मार्गु गोचरु होय आणि तो चालती कीर पाये परिचालने ते आहे धैर्य जेवी तैसी बुद्धि कर्मा ते दावी ते करण सामग्री निफजवी परी निफजावया हुआवी धीरता जे. He says, he further added, the intellect decides what action should be taken. Remember, intellect is the decisive faculty. Never live in a gray area. Never have, should I or should I not? Never allow your mind to remain in that zone. Always make a decision. If you in when you make a decision, if it is wrong one, you can correct it. But at least you will not fall prey to confusion. You will not fall prey to crisis. Always make a decision. Otherwise, tamas will take you there. Confusion, crisis leads to tamas, or it's an expression of tamas only. So he further added, the intellect decides what action should be undertaken, and steadiness carries out that action to its successful end. As I told you, intellect decided, I want to go to that to Swamiji's house for satsang, and then steadiness, the steadiness of your mind, the focus, the commitment to walk the path without getting distracted by anything, without going through any obstacles will come, but you, because of your alertness and steadiness, you are able to negotiate through the traffic and bring the car to the right destination to attend the satsang. That is dhriti. So first was buddhi, the decisiveness, and steadiness is dhriti. Even though a person sees the way in the sunlight, he has to walk over it with his own feet, but he has to make up his mind to do so. So even though sunlight is there, you can see where you have to go, you can see the path clearly, but you have to make the effort to pick up your leg, make the step, then the next step, and walk towards it. Whatever is clearly seen where you need to go. But he has to make up his mind to do so. So the intellect shows the way to action and makes available the means also. And this faculty every one of us has. Every small thing. The intellect decided today that 7:30 is Jnaneshwari. From morning it knows that today is Thursday, Jnaneshwari. But the moment it comes 4 o'clock, 4:30, usually I sit quietly for about an hour, 4 to 5, 4:30 to 5:30. Then shower, then change, and then come to the satsang. So mind has decided 7:30, nothing can distract me. If someone calls, Swamiji, we have a satsang here, no, reschedule it some other day. Today, Thursdays I can't. If someone called today, Swamiji, we want to come because of Vijay Dashmi, I said come, but come before 6:30. They wanted to come at 5. I said no, come at 6:15 because I have to take shower and get ready. After you go, then I take shower, I'll be rushing. I don't want to rush. So be clear. And walk. And so do everything, think in such a manner that our mind remains focused on the decision that we have made, the conviction that we have, the what we are pursuing, we must be true to that. If someone says, Swamiji, you are doing satsang, you are not making any money, how do you live? Come, I will give you this job and I will do seva to you, and you just sit on this shop and I will give you so much money. You can conduct your classes, I'll give you internet, I'll give you the laptop, you sit on the galle pe baithte hai na इंडिया के स्टाइल पे at the entrance of the shop only the cashier box is there. Swamiji, you sit there and you have your laptop and you have your video, and anyone who comes, you just take the money, put it in, and that will free me up. And I want to do this as a seva for you. You think I will go there for the lure of that money? We have to be clear. A few days ago, someone called me, Swamiji, there is a multicultural festival going on, and we want you to come to Brunswick, and we want you to talk on Sanskrit and Sanskriti. मैंने कहा very good, you can talk, we can talk about it, but I will not leave home. I will talk from here, because that day 1800 cases. So I said, no, I'm not coming. He says, no, he says, it will help you and it will help your organization to grow. It will help your classes to grow. I said, who are you to tell me how I have to grow? You want a grant from the government, that's why you are doing this whole program. You are not doing it for the society. You are doing it for your pocket. And one Swami coming there looks good. I don't have any wish to do all this. But if you want, come with the right attitude and we will do it. See? The genuineness is not there. So we have to be clear what is our path. If I am following the path of Vedanta, path of devotion, am I going to get caught up in karma kanda? Am I going to get caught up in improving the society? I don't want to improve the society. Lord has created the world. Let him take care of the world. We take care of our mind. And while taking care of the mind, if service happens and it is perceived as such by the people and the society, so be it. It is their goodness. But intentionally we don't want to do it. As a seeker, then why are you taking these classes? And it's happening, it's for my own mind. I never called any one of you to come and listen. See? So we have to be very clear that whether satsang class is there or no class is there, satsang still goes on inside. Satsang still goes on inside. You think 1.5 hours, what do you do for the next rest of the 22.5 hours? Satsang is still going on. Has that steadiness percolated our being, our mind? That we are committed to it? Or are we, चलो यार अभी चाय पीते हैं, फिर पकोड़े खाते हैं, अब खाने के लिए क्या खाएंगे, फिर लंच के लिए, फिर स्नैक के लिए, चलो अभी मूवी देखते हैं. Every day with mom I see 2 serials about these saints. But there are so many other serials. I won't wait to watch the others. That half an hour, 45 minutes is enough. That dose is enough. No, not longer than that. Watching the screen. So we have to be clear where we want to go. What is our goal? Is our goal to meditate, or is our goal to realize and be the truth? So the intellect shows the way to action. What's the time? So the intellect shows the way to action and makes available the means also. See this statement, this one simple line, what Jnaneshwar Maharaj has said here, 65th. तैसी बुद्धी कर्माते दावी ते कर्ण सामग्री निफजावी परी निफजावया होवावी धीरता जे. It is, that secret of success. Have you seen that video? Whatever you think, the whole creation works towards it to make you become successful. But provided your focus on what you have decided to be is continuous, is deep, is abiding, and your focus on it is not distracted by anything, the whole creation will work for you. So also in spirituality. So also in your sadhana. Once you have decided, the entire creation, the nature, the prakriti, it will help you to get to your goal. But one must have steadiness to see it through, must have patience, must be committed, must walk the path every day, day in and day out. You have decided the destination, now you have to walk the way, walk the path. And while walking, many disturbances come, obstacles come, distractions come. Are we going to give up our destination because of the first obstacle? Or with every obstacle, we make it as a stepping stone and continue to come closer to our destination? That type of mindset is required. The same mindset which you have every time when you want to go to some place in your car, you have no doubt that you will not reach that destination. Whether it is the shopping center, whether it is visiting some person, whether it is going to satsang, whether it is going to movie. Sometimes there is traffic, sometimes lights are there, sometimes people are driving madly, but you maintain the alert, negotiate through all the obstacles and reach the destination in time, every time. And this is your observation about your life, about your driving every time. Little bit here and there doesn't matter, but you reach there unscathed, unhurt. So you know how to do it. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. Continuing. ते हे गा तुझ प्रती सांगितली त्रिविध धृती यया कर्मत्रया निष्पत्ती झालिया मग येथ फळ जे एक निफजे सुख जया ते म्हणिजे तेही त्रिविध जाणिजे कर्मवशे तरी फळ रूप ते सुख त्रिगुणी भेदले देख विवंचू आता चोख चोखी बोली परी चोखी ते कैसी सांगे पैघे वो जाता बोल बगे कानीचियेही लागे हातीचा मळू म्हणवनी जयाचेनी अवहेरे अवधानही होय बाहिरे तेणे ऐक हो आंतरे जीवाचेनी जीवे ऐसे म्हणवनी देवो त्रिविधा सुखाचा प्रस्तावो मांडला तो निर्वाहो निरूपित असे. Now when actions are performed, they bear the fruit which is known as happiness. When actions are performed, they will give you fruit. Karma gives you karma phala. And if you are not doing karma, remember the sattvic karta? Before that we told There is karma, the karta identified with kriya, that kriya for which there is a karta, it is called karma. Karta identified with kriya is called karma. Every karma will give you karma phala. But if karta is not identified with the karma, the kriya, the activity is going on. Kriya means activity. Every activity must give a result, whether there is a karta or no karta. And what is that result? Kriya phala. So karma phala comes as merit, demerit, points. Kriya phala, who cares? Whatever it is. Huh? Who cares? The one who is not identified with karma, he is only performing. He is not interested in the karma, the kriya phala or karma phala. Who cares whatever the result? जब आएगा तब देखा जाएगा. करते चराई बहती बढ़ते चलो साधना करते चलो. So from that point here it is telling, now when actions are performed, they bear fruits, which is known as happiness. So all karma leads to sukha or dukkha. Actually speaking, sukha dukkha, penultimate to sukha dukkha, joy sorrow, is likes and dislikes, raga dvesha. If karma is done, there will be raga dvesha, which lead to sukha dukkha. If I get what I want, then sukha. If I don't get what I wanted, then dukkha, sorrow. Which is also threefold according to actions. Now, so next verses will be about the phala, the karma phala, which is also sattvic karma phala, rajasic karma phala, and tamasic karma phala. Is also of three forms. I shall now explain to you in clear terms how this happiness becomes different on accounts of three qualities. But how can I describe it in a pure form? Because when the words describing it are heard, they are defiled by the wax in the ears. You should therefore discard the aid of the ears or even external attention and hear it with the aid of the heart. So that this is called Shravanam. When we listen by the ears, it is called hearing. And Shravanam is not hearing. Shravanam is listening. Listening is from the depths of your heart. Like many people download things on us. What are we doing? We are hearing. It comes from here, it goes out from there. No memory of it afterwards. At that moment, whatever has to be told comes out automatically. But no memory is created. It's a knack. You don't create it, it happens. Because your focus is clear. You are taking a bucket of water. When we were kids, water was always short in supply. So we had to go to the tube well, fill up the buckets, and like these 36 chambers of Shaolin, we used to carry 10, 15 liter buckets and walk up 3 stories up and fill up the tub in the house. But go to the back of the buildings, bring it from there, and some water will always spill. And when the water spilled, was that our purpose to spill the water? The purpose was to fill up the buckets and take it to the bathroom and fill up the tub. So that next morning, or in the evening, in the morning, twice a day we had to do it. For shower, washing, clothes, dishes, everything, the water is there. That was the purpose. But when we are bringing the water, it is splashing out of the buckets little bit, and wherever it splashes, there the grass used to grow always on that pathway, always green grass. But was that for our purpose to grow the grass? No. See, that was not the purpose. That is just side. That is bonus. That is bonus. Similarly, so when here he says that when the words describing it are heard about the karma phala, they are defiled by the wax in the ears. You should therefore discard the aid of the ears or even attention and hear it with the aid of the heart. Saying this, the Lord began to describe the threefold happiness, which I shall now explain. So when our purpose is on the higher, our purpose is a calm mind. Our purpose is hold on to the name of the Lord. Our purpose is to remain equanimous. Our purpose is agitation free mind. Our purpose is to be happy without reason. When that is clear for us, then along the way many things will happen. What are the many things that are happening along the way? This lecture giving is happening along the way. Counseling happens along the way. Yesterday one girl called me from the hospital. She gave birth and 10 minutes later she is calling me. SMSing me, Swamiji, I just delivered the baby and we seek your blessings. Then 5 minutes later I called and she was exhausted. Swamiji, I said, you had the energy to send SMS. I have more energy to call you. So I called you. But from your voice I hear that you are exhausted. You take rest. All the best. See? Now all this is the grass growing on the side. This is not the main purpose. Eating food, going for exercise, doing meditation, studying the scriptures, giving lectures. And then within all this there is a hierarchy. And I don't decide. It's happening. It's happening. And whatever happens, it's okay. As long as I do not. When we are interacting with the world, we have to interact with love, with devotion, with sacrifice. Now we find a way. If the world is demanding our attention, okay, instead of complaining about it, how can I continue to maintain dhruti, my continuous focus on the divine, in spite of the interaction in the world? How do Mahatmas do it? Instead of saying, why people are calling me, why they are coming to visit me, why they are downloading on me, why do I have to give lectures, why I have to do sadhana, why I have to take the name of the Lord. There is no end to this. Positive approach is that I have no choice. Whatever is happening is happening. Whoever wants to come, they are coming or not coming. Whatever world wants to throw at me, accept everything. Remember the rule. Accept everything, reject nothing, retain nothing. So accept everything. But while this is going on, don't forget who you are. That is our goal. That is our goal. Now, discover a new way. We have infinite potentiality. Just like when we are listening to satsang, if a itch comes, we are immediately the hand goes, itches. But because itch is taking place and itch expressed itself on some part of our body, because of that my talking didn't stop, my focus didn't get distracted, my thought forming, that was not disturbed. The hand went, scratched, and it was over. The satsang continues. Similarly, when we are doing in one with our japa, sadhana, or a self contemplation, whatever the world is throwing, let it throw. Something will always come. How many things will we run away from? But we have to walk our path. Whatever our intellect has decided, buddhi has decided, we commit to walk that path. We commit to it. That perseverance is required. And that perseverance becomes stronger when it is sattvic. And sattvic perseverance gets cultivated by dharana, by what was told here, when mind, what was it? Mind, breath, and the senses are in control, then the steadiness becomes stronger. In rajasic, it is a bit weaker. In tamasic, it's worse. That's why crisis. So all these data is given to us to recognize where we are going wrong in our approach, or whatever shortcomings are there, let's correct it. And not only with regards to karma phala, listen from your heart, not from your ear. Every satsang we must listen from our heart, not with our intellect. So we'll look at karma phala, sattvic, rajasic, tamasic in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Just sit quietly for a few moments.